So definitely not sure what happened there. I think we got cut off as I was going through this gorgeous little puzzle, which I still haven't found the answer to. So let's be honest, we haven't missed much. Um, I was still contemplating this knight move in here. I think it's kind of the only one that's decent. Um, so I'm going to play it. But what I was saying before I got cut off, and also if you weren't there for that, this is the first you're hearing of any of this, is that chess puzzles in general, what I used to do was I used to play the first move that came to my head and was like half decent. And you would just lose all the puzzles. You just get them, they would completely stop you in your flow. Concapompe wants to play, but I am going to decline for the moment. I'm going to work through a couple of puzzles, but thank you very much. Might give you a game later on if that's okay, but thank you. Resource not found, that's okay. But yeah, essentially you want to look for the exact right move, which can often mean playing a lot of sacrifices, a lot of stuff like that. But you know what? I can't think of a better move right now, and that's the wrong move. That's okay. You'll see here there's a massive incorrect, which will tell us exactly how wrong we are. We can go back here. I'm going to take the hint this time. So the hint is to move the queen. Probably makes sense. And it might just be this, you know. Oh yeah, also this happens in puzzles. As soon as you move your piece, the computer just moves right back. Just throws it right back at you. Just because we've been having a couple of technical difficulties on here at the moment, I am going to just double check that we are still live here. I think we are. If so, hurrah. Great. And then we just take back with the pawn. Sorry, completely zoned out of that one. Our next puzzle. Okay, so again, what you want to be looking for in the puzzle, can you check the king straight away? Can, twice. It's not really that relevant. It's not really that damaging. Generally, if you want to check the king, you either want to kind of have a mating tactic in mind, you want to move the king to a square where it'll be forkable, excuse the pun. But what's happening in this particular situation is this knight, very well ensconced there, the fork on both of these rooks. Now you might say, yes, I can take with the queen here, but they just take back with the knight, open up the queen here. That's not the move. So this particular puzzle, very puzzling. Could be a number of different results. Matthew Dooley wants to play a 10-minute. Dooley, you might just be on. I'm going to play a couple of these puzzles first, but I'll absolutely give you a game later on. Let's see, for this particular puzzle, I don't know why, I'm always just tempted to just take this knight. I'm always just tempted to, like, if there's a piece on offer, just take it, even though the queen loses straight away, but I feel like that's kind of what they might be telling me. I don't think that's true, actually, by the way. Other candidate moves, that's okay. Still lose a knight. Any way that we can, like, tee up a bit of checkmate? We can tee up a bit of checkmate, actually. So we did mention both of these streaming, and they're very solid on their own. But what you want to do, maybe what we want to do here is create a battery. And a battery is basically when you have your queen and your bishop or two diagonally attacking pieces on the same. I don't even think they have to be diagonal. I think this is technically a battery. But what you can do is if you get them on the same diagonal, they get a lot more powerful. So what I'm thinking is the answer here is bishop down here. So then we're threatening actually checkmate up here. So if queen comes in here, king's got nowhere to go, and the bishop is here supporting it, so king can't take the queen. So they have to respond to that first. That is just priorities 1 through 10 for black is going to be responding to that mate threat, which then means we have two attackers on this knight They've only got one defender. We're going to pick up that knight. Let's see if we're right. Okay, we're right. Again, it's not that satisfying. They just move the piece straight away. So it's this move, the pawn move, blocking the mate. But let's carry out the rest of our plan to save our rooks. Again, we took with the knight. They just took back right away. Right away. Maybe I can change that. Maybe I can put in some animation. Maybe some medium animation. Maybe that'll help us. But we won this puzzle. And what a win it was. Okay, next one. Here we go. Again, if you're in the chat, feel free to pop in some candidate moves. Even if they're garbage, they're probably not garbage. They're probably, surprisingly good. But again, feel free to jump on in. I'll keep an eye on it here. So what's going on here? I see a pretty tasty little diagonal into the king. Which could be exploited here with my dark square bishop. Which would be nice, but also could just get blocked by this bishop back here. So I don't think that's it. For those of you who might be used to watching Hikaru Nakamura or Danny Naroditsky or any of those grandmasters, international masters, solving puzzles, this is going to be pretty slow and pretty inaccurate compared to those folks, but that's why we do it. That's the game we love. Okay, anything else that we can have a look at here? I am half tempted to take this knight like this, but what that'll do, the queen comes up. There's nothing that fun after that. Also, generally in puzzles, another thing you just kind of pick up after a while, they generally don't, there's not much time for slow moves. What I mean by that is like this is an okay move, maybe rook across here, back up the knight, just make a few problems for them for this pawn. Generally in puzzles it's tactics. It's like a string of moves, all pretty urgent and all pretty directly to winning a piece, checkmate, whatever it might be. So, oh, maybe I know now. Slash, maybe not, but we were kind of touching on here. The queen is the only defender of this knight, and what we could do, maybe, I'm gonna lock in this bishop move. So this bishop move comes up here. Only real good defense is bishop back here. I'll actually just crash through there with the bishop. Just trade off bishops, that'll be fine. Bishop will take, or sorry, queen will take, or king. Yeah, if king takes, then we maybe come up here with the queen. That'll be check. You don't really win anything. All right, let's go. Let's do it. Okay, first move is good. Bishop drops back to defend. We can analyze this situation all over again. I don't want everybody to have to do that though. Gonna crash through. That's right again. And I'll take the knight. And we're good to go. Happy days. They give you a little target time. I think that one was 22 seconds. I reckon we spent about 45 minutes on it. So way above quota is one way to look at it. All right, what's happening here? Our king is safe. Their king is not. So what I might look to do is just pin this bishop to its own king. And how we do that is just rook across here. And what will happen then is one of two things. Either, hey, Conker Pompey, good to see you. Good to see you in the chat. Thanks for stopping by. Sorry I couldn't play a Blitz or even Bullet. Well, you beat me anyway. But I just want to try out some puzzles tonight. I think that's where I'm going with it. But thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it, pal. You're very, very good at bullet chess. You're very good at chess. So I'm thinking rook across here. then one of two things happen. Either they will defend with one of these pawns, which is fine, but they still won't get the chance to castle. Actually, I'm just going to do this. I think this is right. Rook up, defend it with one of the pawns. Again, so fine, because, and I quote, bishop is still pinned, and they don't have time to move it and castle. So what we can do is just do this. Oh no! Let's come back. So we're up to this point. Maybe it's this pawn. Okay, that's a good move. Hmm. If we just take that bishop, I think is fine. Yeah, because then if they, well, if they took back with their own bishop, have you ever played Puzzle Rush? I think you might be on something there, Conky Pompey. I think Puzzle Rush might be the way to do this. I think it is pretty fun. Let's jump in. So Puzzle Rush, we're going to change tack now that we've warmed up the juices, flowing. I'm going to do a 5-minute Puzzle Rush. My top score is 10, which will tell you that I'm not that good at puzzles. I think you get 3 strikes and you're out. So 5 minutes of puzzles. Let's see if we can beat 10. So this is going to add a bit more urgency to it. So let's see what we can have a look at here. Okay, 5 minutes. Let's fucking go. Come on, Ireland. All right, 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right, what are we looking at here? Oh, that bishop move. That didn't look good at all because this is now mate. Great. Okay, rook comes on up. Can we just take? Can I just take? Take again? Great. Okay. Right. Looking like some back rank trouble for the king here with my rook. Skadoosh. Nice. Just crash on through, pal. Keep crashing. Don't you stop crashing. Great. Okay. 3 in a row. We're doing great. 30 seconds down. Baba booey, baba booey. We are actually in check now, so a king move is going to be the way it has to be. Which way? What am I thinking? I sort of just want to get up in the king's grill. And this, also want to shelter maybe from the rook. Okay, that's fine. Oh. Maybe I'll just take his knight. Great. Okay, that's another one. Alright, king's in trouble. King's in right trouble here. It's neither of these pieces because they're pretty blocked in. We are the black pieces. Again, black to move, top right here. Okay, gotta be faster. Gotta go fast. I actually think it's just this is making one. Great. Ooh, what we're looking at here is a little forquinho of the king and the queen. Bosh. Give me that. Savage. Okay, rook takes. Knight is pinned. We want to act fast. And queen. Queen here. Queen here would mean king here. And then queen here. Yes. Nice. Okay, we got 7. 3 minutes to go. I think we're going to beat the 10. All right. No forking. Actually, maybe forking? No. Knight is not going to reach the king there. Any number of foul things. All right, with the black pieces. Don't see anything more tricky than this. Ooh, that's a nice move. And I think our pawn is just going to win the race here. Get gone. Get home, lad. Good stuff. Okay, that's 10. We need one more to beat the record. My record. Which, I'll tell you, it's pretty easy. Pretty easy to beat that record. White to move. King's definitely in trouble here. That is a very, very squeaky position to be in. I think just rook here. Great. And then I don't think they're going to be able to stop promotion after this. What about this then? Okay, great. All right, now we're just in bonus territory. We're setting the gauntlet. I think we're going to win this race, so just get going, lad. Get up the pitch. Don't even worry about it. You get your queen first, 99% of the time, doesn't matter if they're also on track. 46 seconds left. What do we have? I think this might be mate. I think it is. There it is. Great. Black to move. Ooh, endgame. I like it. Black to move. I think. Okay, 30 seconds left. I don't know. Ooh, is it a king move? It's never a king move. This then? Are we just playing for a draw? No, this. And then the pawn would have legged it home. There it is. Okay, 4, 3, 2, 1. Random move is this one. Ooh, there it is. 14. Got that locked in there. Pretty sweaty. Not gonna lie to you. That was very, very sweaty. So that's tricky. I think I'm just gonna do a survival now and see how we get on. Got 21 in survival. So let's see what that equates to. So survival is different. It's not time pressured, which might give us a little bit more time to go through them. But it is, you can only get 3 wrong during the whole thing. Queen move first, I guess. That's the only real way to stop. I mean, king could take. King could take. No, I think queen is a little bit more dangerous. Okay, one mover. That's great. I think this is just a back rank trouble one. Yep, there you go. More back rank trouble. They're starting us off with some easy ones. And surely not more back rank trouble. Oh, this is a fork here. There we go. Give me that. Endgame, Jabin. White to move. I think we win this race if I get my king to take there. Primarily because I don't have to get out of the way. When their king takes here, they will have to get out of the way. Not going to bother calculate it, just going to go for it. Yes. You get your queen first, and that'll be all she wrote. Next job in. I think we're going to win the rook here. If I do this, that's check. They can take with the king or the queen, but then this rook comes steaming on in. Win a piece there for free. Happy days, happy days. Alright, well this one is either going to be... Ooh, let's see what it is. We're in a lot of trouble back here. So it's either going to be a ferocious counterattack or a nice little defensive play. I think it's the former, and it's just this one, back rank trouble again. Now this one's a little trickier. Slash, not really. I think this works, and then this. King's got nowhere to go. Savage. Next up, we're going to have a look at this king. Pretty exposed. King and queen on the same color squares like this. You got to be smelling a fork, but I don't think it's that this time. I think it's this, and then this is mate. Yep. Checkmate. We're doing well so far. 10 on the bounce. I think it's 3 strikes in your home. Baseball rules. And do we want to have a look at? Nothing here. Nothing crazy here, I think. Yeah, might this just be one where we just get out with some decent material? Queen's under attack, so we don't want to forego that. I think take here, trade queens, and then we've got a piece one. And that piece is this one. Great. Whew. 11 on the bounce. How low can you go? So this one, I think it's queen take here, because if pawn takes, maybe not actually. They've got a little felline. Oh no, that's why this bishop is here. So queen's gonna take over here. They can either not take back the queen. They'll want to take back the queen, but they can not do and do other stuff. But if they take back with this, then rook comes in here with check. Is that it? Maybe not actually. Let's try it. And then we do this. Great. That was a real game. I was still in trouble. So definitely not the simplest one. What I can do here, this knight over here is check, which would leave this battery of rooks to be up a rook for a knight. Is that all it is? That's all it is. Don't get greedy, son. So I think it might be bishop here first, threatening mate. I just don't think there's any check they can level at. If the knight is one diagonal square separated from a piece, it won't be able to attack it its next move. That's just how it works. So that's a good way to calculate that quickly. So the knight isn't going to be able to put my king in check. The rook, not in any effective way, can crash in here, but we just take back. So I think bishop here, king has absolutely nowhere to go. Can come in here if it wants, but what I mean is, can come in here if it wants. So I think it's this. Oh, there it is. All right, 14. 21 is the record. We're going for it all. We're going for the big kahuna. And now what are we thinking? What I am initially looking at is takes, king takes. Now this fella's free to take the knight. I think we just win a pawn there though. These are often more than pawns. Anything else we're spotting here? Anything else to be conscious of? Let's do it. Ooh, that's fun. That is fun because it brings another defender here. Maybe this now? Don't block it up again. So that's again one of the pitfalls of puzzles, is when you just pick the move that looks good to you. Which dangerous way to live your life. Okay, we're in check here, so that's going to be the thing. This might be a defensive one. I think that this looks nicest, safest for us. Okay. Puzzle. Next one. We got one down. Ooh. I like queen over here. And then if this fella comes up, rook takes pawn. And then if he takes, queen slams on in here. That's what I'm going to try. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Bosh. There we go. Nice. Ah. Savior of the universe. He'll save every one of us. Anything special going on? Can't just always crash in here. Take that, rook. Somehow I think it might be a little bit more. But you never really know is the thing. Actually, you do know. You're supposed to know every time. But you never know. For some reason, I don't know, I just want to get this bishop out of here because I see these rooks are both on a dark diagonal. I've got a dark square bishop. If I stick it here, we guarantee a rook. But I don't know how to do it. Ah, here we go. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be crash. King can't take because this rook is still back here. So bishop will take. Then it's going to be crash. Oscar-winning movie Crash with Matt Dillon. And then once the bishop takes, the rook takes that one. Then the king has to take because it's mate otherwise. So king tucks in here. And then we get a nice little check. We pick up the rook. We're left with a bishop against just their pawns, and we still have all of our pawns. Maybe it's wrong. Let's see. Crash. Crash. Incredibly touching film about several different storylines. Crash. There it is. Give me that rook. All right, all right, all right. Let's be avenue. Let's be avenue. So, basically, who is going to promote first? And spoiler alert, it's going to be the black pieces, but we just need to find out how. Main goal, get this knight out of here. This is a classic example, actually, of a knight on the rim being dim, because knights on the rim being dim, they have so much fewer spaces to go to when they're positioned on the side of the board, particularly in the corners here, here, and anywhere along the edge. All garbage places for the knight to be. And one reason is because they're very, very easily dominated by other pieces. Namely, this knight cannot move anywhere without my bishop gobbling it up. So I want to take advantage of that fact. And I think the way to do that is to start launching this pawn up the board. I think we have time. The king is probably have enough time to defend there. Maybe that's a mistake. But launch this pawn up. Tease the knight out here. The knight will probably have to take here. Bishop takes. And then we just promote like a G. Correct? Okay, we're in check here. So I think this is the best preventative move for the king. Generally, you want to keep their king away. If their king gets over here, they can sort of bully your king and you get in all sorts of trouble. But kings always have to stay 3 squares away from each other, which is another good just rule of thumb. So if we tuck this fella in here, then if this pawn makes a break for it, we can just jump back and get him. Just buys us time. See? We just did that. Oh, they didn't even bother to make us finish, which is nice. White to move, white to move. White to move. What I'm seeing is these two pawns will cancel each other out without any king interference. These two pawns have cancelled each other out. And I think if I go here, then this king can't come here to protect this pawn. So we're going to win that. Yeah, we're good. And then just take. Great. I think a lot of these times the puzzle itself is wrapping up before you have to go out and finish it, but they're kind of like, oh, you get the idea. You get out there, you scamp, you scallywag. All right, this one. What are we looking at? We're looking at a king exposed on the white diagonal. Some very dangerous attacks. Queen dropping back here is interesting. And when I say interesting, I mean Dunno. But that is what I think it might be, because that leaves the king. Really only here is where they can go. It does need to be a check. We are in some pretty hairy situations. Actually not that hairy back there. Maybe we do have time for a slower move. However, always be checking. The ABCs of chess, apparently. Always be checking. Maybe I'm using that too liberally here, but I'm nervous. We're at 19. We only need 2 more right ones to get the record. My record. Anything else? Anything else in the chat? I'm gonna do it. It's right. Okay. That's only half the battle. So now what I think I was looking at was they actually don't have. So this looks really menacing. The queen, bishop, battery, but they can't check me. If they check here, knight takes like that. Same again for here. So this leads me to believe that I do have time to do this. Great. And then we would have just mopped up from there. Or blundered massively and lost. This one. This one, I think, is going to be queen here, which will be check, obviously. Or not, obviously, if you're newer to the game. King's under attack, got to move. Could move here, which would be a disaster. That'll be mate in 1. If I'll just bring my queen across here. King is trapped in here by this pawn. Knight or rook could block. Same perils. I think this is probably okay. And then potentially this. Okay. I still feel like they had a couple of chances to take back there, but all right. All right. What's the next move? What I'm thinking here is queen and king on the same. What are they called? Column? What are they called? Rank? Row? File? File. There it is. I'm good at chess. They're on the same file. My rook is on there, which is basically I can make them make a decision here. And the decision I want them to make is rook's going to crash through here, queen gobbles that one up, knight comes in here, and it's actually a triple fork. But I'm obviously going to take the queen because the king's going to move. I hope that's it. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Good night, Irene. And we've beaten the record. We have beaten the record. Let's see how far we can go. I probably will finish up. I haven't had dinner tonight, and I'm having some tofu noodle soup. So I think you can all see why I'm wrapping up a little early tonight. Next one. I see that the king is in a lot of trouble if I just do this. Is he? Not actually, but definitely has to move because, or the queen will come in, or the knight will come in. Okay, not that much trouble. I thought they were going to be in a heap more trouble. What else can we do? I do like the idea of just having an out discover check on the fella himself. And it does have to be checks. I mean, we can take here. If we take there, then queen will take because it's check and they don't want to move. And from there, yeah, I don't know. I fancy this one a little more. It's wrong. It's incorrect. Can I go back? I cannot go back. Not in this mode. We may never know. Okay, we got one more to set a new record. And I don't want to just win by one. I want to set a new standard because I haven't played this mode in a long time. Thank you, Donkey Pompey, for the suggestion. Um, hmm. All right. So for this one, I do like the idea of moving this bishop to discover an attack against their queen. The only check, no check in the mail here. This one is pretty bogus. Just queen gets taken by their queen. We've nothing crazy to follow it up with. This is pretty good actually. This is quite nice because of queen can't just take the bishop, and we'll have some pretty nice nice tempo. That's as best as I can see. Is this going to be the one when we crash out? I don't know what happened there. Is it still our go? I don't think that one registered as a move. Thankfully. Maybe that's them trying to tell us something. Maybe somebody at home is screaming so loud that the computer was like, no. Do you know what? Stop it. Let's try it though. Oh, it was wrong. It was so wrong. So wrong. Okay, average time 48 seconds per puzzle, which is all right. I think they're all like 30 seconds is kind of the thing. 14 is a nice little streak. And then that's it, yeah. Right. So that was a nice short short and sweet version. Conky Pompey, if you're still interested in a game, let me know. I can hang on for the next 10 minutes, or if you want to play a couple of games with Bullet, Dooley, I'm not sure if you're still out there. Absolutely, again, feel free to challenge me. We'll play one game potentially, and then maybe go and get that noodle soup I was talking about. But let me know. Send through a little challenge there in the next couple of minutes, and we will have a look. Actually, let's see if any of our... I don't know if you can even find if your pals are online. Your pals, your mates. 31 minutes ago, Duty, 35 minutes ago. Potentially not. But listen, today was Puzzle Madness. Find friends on chess.com. You better believe you'll find friends on chess.com. Alright, that'll do it, folks. We can play, we could play one game, but I think we're going to leave it at Puzzle Madness. Highly recommend puzzles if you are getting into it. It's a great way to just try out, to just give it an old shot. Anyone else out there wants a challenge, feel free to send one through. Sometimes I don't have time for one and I won't be able to play, but if I do, I'd be happy to play it. And that, my friends, is going to do us for this evening's episode of Chess Please. We had a bit of a false start there with the internet connection, but we got there in the end. So that's it. If you enjoyed watching, feel free to smash that subscribe button. Tell your mates if they like chess as well. You can watch all these streams back. Potentially going to be transitioning to a more content-based rather than streaming-based YouTube channel. I'm just going to put up fun things I find about chess, and then maybe stream a little less frequently. But in general, I'm having a good time with it, and I hope you are too. Take care.